Good morning and welcome to today's Global Insight Report. I'm Kirana Pramita. Today, we are analyzing a policy that has become one of the most prominent and polarizing in Indonesia, the Free Nutritious Meal Program or Makan, Bergizi, Gratis. As a flagship initiative of the new administration, MBG aspires to provide daily nutritious meals to approximately 80 million beneficiaries, including students, toddlers, and pregnant women. Proponents hail it as a bold investment in human capital, aiming to reduce stunting, improve educational outcomes, and stimulate local economies. However, critics warn of its staggering costs, logistical complexity, and uncertain efficiency, raising fundamental questions about national priorities. Indonesia thus stands at a critical juncture, balancing a generational promise with fiscal and operational realities. Before we dive into the heart of the program, let's take a moment for a global check-in on similar initiatives. To contextualize the debate, it helps to examine global precedents as several countries offer valuable models. In Japan, the Shokuiku or food education philosophy incorporates meals into a broader curriculum that teaches healthy eating, discipline, and respect for food. This approach, which often involves students in the preparation and serving process, aims to instill lifelong healthy habits and cultural appreciation for food, going beyond simple nutrition. Meanwhile, Brazil's national school feeding program not only feeds millions of students, but also supports local economies by mandating that a portion of ingredients be procured from small-scale family farms. This creates a link between social welfare and agricultural development, empowering local communities and promoting sustainable food systems, although implementation remains complex. In Scandinavia, Finland, and Sweden have long demonstrated how providing universal free school meals reduces stigma and helps level the playing field. Studies suggest these programs have contributed to students growing taller, achieving higher education levels, and earning increased lifetime incomes. But not all examples are wholly positive. India's midday meal scheme, the world's largest, has been credited with boosting school enrollment, especially for girls. However, it faces persistent issues like food safety, corruption, and challenges in maintaining consistent quality, serving as a cautionary tale about the immense governance required for such a massive undertaking. These international cases offer both inspiration and warnings for Indonesia. Now, let's turn to the core of the MBG program back home, which rests on three pillars each accompanied by major challenges. First is health and human capital. This pillar positions the MBG as a direct response to Indonesia's long-standing nutritional issues, particularly stunting. Supporters argue that daily nutritious meals can improve concentration, reduce absenteeism, and help with a stronger, more competitive workforce essential for the Golden Indonesia 2045 vision. In this view, the MBG is not an expense, but a crucial investment in the nation's future productivity and health. Studies from other countries have shown that school feeding can lead to significant improvements in attendance and modest gains in physical development. However, critics question the program's effectiveness and focus. Some health experts emphasize the importance of the 1,000-day window from conception to age 2, suggesting that targeting resources toward pregnant women and toddlers may yield higher returns. While the program does include these groups, its broad scope raises concerns about diluted impact. Additionally, issues have already emerged regarding food safety and nutritional content, with some menus found to contain ultra-processed foods high in sugar. The second pillar is local economic empowerment. This envisions a vast economic stimulus where daily food procurement creates stable demand for local farmers, fishers, and small businesses. The government plans to involve micro, small, and medium enterprises and local cooperatives as key partners in the supply chain, aiming to drive grassroots economic growth. Yet, this vision meets formidable logistical and governance challenges. Indonesia's archipelagic geography complicates distribution, creating risks of food spoilage and high transportation costs, especially in remote areas. The program's massive budget, estimated at tens of trillions of rupiah annually, makes it vulnerable to corruption. Without strong transparency mechanism and robust oversight, the risk of inefficiency and mismanagement is high, a challenge the administration acknowledges it's difficult to overcome. And the third pillar, social justice and equality. In theory, MBG breaks down the invisible wall of hunger that separates students from different economic backgrounds. By offering equal meals to all, it aims to foster dignity and ensure that poverty is not a barrier to learning and participation in school life. However, this moral imperative comes at a high price. The fiscal burden is among the most contentious aspects, prompting tough questions about opportunity costs. With a legislated budget deficit ceiling, critics worry that fully funding the MBG program could mean cutting spending in other crucial sectors, such as infrastructure, teacher quality, or broader healthcare services. The debate over the cost per meal, which has fluctuated in public discussions, underscores the immense financial pressure this program places on the national budget. In conclusion, the Makan Bergizi Gratis program embodies both the hopes and dilemmas of a nation at a pivotal moment. It reflects Indonesia's aspiration to invest in its children and foster inclusion, yet it also reveals deep challenges in governance, prioritization, and budgetary discipline. The ultimate success of MBG will not be judged by meals served alone, but by measurable improvements in health, education, and economic opportunity. Its legacy depends on whether it can translate an ambitious promise into lasting progress, or whether it becomes underground but flawed experiments in policy execution. The real question is not just what's on the plate, but whether the cost of serving it aligns with the value it delivers to Indonesia's future. That wraps up today's report. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kirana, signing off. Until next time.